You might think that waking up 2, 3, or even 4 times a night to use the bathroom is just an issue with your bladder. But what if I told you the real culprit might not be in your bladder at all, but in your throat? It seems like a strange connection, right? After all, you've been told to just drink less water before bed. But the truth is, for millions of people, the trigger for those nightly bathroom trips is actually snoring and the small, unnoticed pauses in breathing during sleep. This sends a panic signal to your body, telling your kidneys to produce more urine as an emergency response. In this video, I'm going to count down the 5 powerful strategies that will help you address your breathing and finally sleep through the night. And the number one solution at the end doesn't just stop the bathroom trips, it can also dramatically lower your blood pressure and supercharge your daytime energy. So stay with me, because the difference could begin tonight. Before we start, if you're ready to reclaim your sleep, please hit that like button right now. It truly helps our message reach more people like you. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next vital health tip. Now, let's get started. So, the problem isn't just your bladder, it's the emergency signals it's receiving all night long. Let's count down the 5 most powerful strategies to fix this for good. We'll start with the simple habits you can change tonight and work our way down to the single most effective solution at the very end. Strategy number 5, the midnight multipliers, taming your evening habits. We're starting our countdown with the things you might be doing every single evening that are unknowingly making the problem 10 times worse. These are the saboteurs of sleep. The main issue we're tackling here is anything that makes your airway more likely to relax and collapse. The number one offender is alcohol. While a glass of wine might feel relaxing, it's a potent muscle relaxant. The secret lies in how it affects your entire body, including the small muscles that hold your airway open. When these muscles become too relaxed, they can't support the tissue, causing it to sag and vibrate, which creates loud snoring, or even worse, completely block the passage of air. And this isn't just talk. A comprehensive study published in the journal Sleep found that even moderate alcohol consumption before bed can double the number of breathing pauses per hour, even in people who don't normally have a problem. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. Another multiplier is a large or very salty meal close to bedtime. A full stomach can physically push up on your diaphragm, reducing your lung capacity and making breathing more difficult. Salty foods, in particular, cause you to retain excess fluid during the day. When you lie down, this fluid, which was pooled in your legs, gets reabsorbed into your bloodstream. This increases the total volume of blood your heart has to pump, which triggers a stress response that tells your kidneys to get rid of that excess fluid immediately, filling your bladder while you're trying to sleep. So here is your clear how-to for tonight. First, make it a rule to avoid alcohol within 3 to 4 hours of going to sleep. This gives your body time to metabolize it so it won't relax your airway muscles when you need them most. Second, finish your last big meal at least 3 hours before bed and try to make it lower in sodium. This prevents both the physical pressure and the fluid shift that can ruin your night. What's one evening habit that might be the hardest for you to change? The late night snack or that relaxing glass of wine? Share your thoughts honestly in the comments below. Strategy number 4, the gravity hack. Your body's position is everything. Coming in at number 4 is perhaps the single most impactful physical change you can make, and it costs you absolutely nothing. This strategy is all about using gravity to your advantage instead of letting it be your enemy. The specific sub-problem this solves is the physical collapse of your airway. When you sleep flat on your back, gravity has a direct downward pull on your jaw, your tongue, and the soft palate at the back of your throat. Your tongue is a massive muscle, and when you're asleep and everything is relaxed, it has nowhere to go but backward, falling directly into your airway like a plug. This narrowing is the primary reason people snore or have breathing pauses. The science is incredibly simple. By shifting your body's position, you can physically move these tissues out of the way. When you sleep on your side, your jaw and tongue fall forward, away from the back of your throat, creating a wider, more stable opening for air to pass through. Similarly, by elevating your entire upper body on a slight incline, gravity helps to keep the airway from compressing. The proof for this is overwhelming. In a major review published in the Journal of Otolaryngology, researchers analyzed multiple studies on positional therapy. They found that for a majority of patients with mild to moderate sleep-disordered breathing, simply avoiding sleeping on their back cut the number of dangerous breathing events in half. It's a 50% improvement without any machines or medication. Here is your how-to. To train yourself to sleep on your side, use a firm body pillow tucked behind your back. It creates a physical barrier that makes it uncomfortable to roll onto your back. An old but effective trick is the tennis ball technique. Simply pin or sew a tennis ball into a pocket on the back of a t-shirt you wear to bed. If you start to roll over, the pressure will cause you to shift back to your side, often without even waking up. To elevate your head, avoid just stacking pillows which can kink your neck. Instead, place sturdy blocks or books under the two legs at the head of your bed to create a 4 to 6 inch incline, or use a firm wedge pillow for a more consistent slope. Now, I know this might sound almost too simple to be effective, but let me tell you a quick story that shows just how powerful this one change can be. I had a gentleman come to me, completely frustrated. His main complaint was waking up 3, sometimes 4 times a night to go to the bathroom. He'd tried everything. When I asked him about snoring, he just laughed. He said, "Oh yeah, my wife and I are at war over it. She says it sounds like a freight train. I end up on the couch a couple of nights a week just so she can get some sleep." He never once connected the two problems. I suggested he try 2 things: focus on sleeping on his side, using the pillow trick, and start taking a short walk every day to lose just a little bit of weight. He came back a month later, and he looked like a new man. He said, with total amazement in his voice, "The snoring is gone, completely. My wife is thrilled. But the craziest part, I'm sleeping through the night. I haven't woken up to go to the bathroom in weeks." It's a perfect example of how the symptom you notice, waking up to pee, is often just the final domino to fall in a chain reaction that starts with your breathing. What's your natural sleeping position? Are you a back sleeper, a side sleeper, or a stomach sleeper? Let me know in the comments. Strategy number 3, the daytime detective. The clues your body gives you all day. Our number 3 strategy is all about empowerment. It's a quick, simple self-check you can do right now to determine just how likely it is that breathing is the root cause of your sleep problems. This is about connecting the dots between your nights and your days. This solves the problem of uncertainty. You might be wondering, is this really me? These 3 questions will give you a very clear indication. The science behind this is based on identifying the 3 cardinal symptoms of sleep-disordered breathing. When these symptoms cluster together, they paint a very clear picture of a body that is struggling for oxygen at night. This struggle is what leads to fragmented sleep and prevents you from ever reaching the deep restorative stages, resulting in profound exhaustion the next day. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine consistently highlights these symptoms in its diagnostic criteria. In fact, numerous clinical studies have confirmed that when these 3 specific symptoms are present, the likelihood of a patient having a positive diagnosis for sleep apnea is over 90%. It's an incredibly reliable at-home indicator. So, here is your how-to, your 3-question self-check. Answer with a simple yes or no. 1. Do you snore loudly and persistently, enough to bother a partner or be heard in another room? 2. Has anyone ever witnessed you gasping, choking, or completely stopping your breathing while you were asleep? This is often described as a frightening silence followed by a loud snort. 3. Do you feel excessively tired during the day, no matter how many hours you've been in bed? This could mean having a strong urge to nap or feeling a constant sense of mental fog. If you answered yes to 2 or more of these questions, it is a very strong signal that your nighttime bathroom trips are directly connected to your breathing. Based on this quick check, how many yes answers did you get? Don't be shy. Your answer could help so many others in our community feel less alone in this struggle. Strategy number 2, the foundation fix remodeling your body's airway. At number 2, we have a long-term strategy that addresses the underlying structure of your airway itself. While our previous tips can manage the symptoms, this one is about fundamentally fixing the problem from the inside out. This is for those who want a permanent solution. This strategy solves the problem of a physically crowded airway. For many people, excess body weight, particularly the fat stored around the neck and throat area, directly narrows the windpipe. Think of your airway like a flexible tube. When there is extra tissue surrounding it, it's like that tube is being constantly squeezed, making it much easier to collapse under the negative pressure of breathing in. The science behind this is purely anatomical. By reducing this external pressure, you are physically remodeling and widening your airway. This gives you more room for error, meaning the normal muscle relaxation during sleep is no longer enough to cause a complete blockage. It's a foundational change that makes all the other strategies even more effective. The evidence for this is incredibly motivating. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Respiratory and Critical Care Medicine followed individuals who lost weight. The results were astounding. They found that just a 10% reduction in total body weight can lead to a more than 25% reduction in breathing events per hour. That's a massive improvement in sleep quality from a modest and achievable goal. The how-to here is not about extreme diets. It's about sustainable change. The goal is a 5 to 10% weight reduction. For a 200-pound person, that's just 10 to 20 pounds. You can start this week by making simple swaps. Trade a daily soda for a glass of water, or incorporate a brisk 20-minute walk into your daily routine. These small, consistent efforts compound over time and can permanently improve your airway, your sleep, and your overall health. What's one small, healthy change you feel you could realistically make starting this week? Let's share some simple ideas and motivate each other in the comments. Strategy number 1, the game changer, the technology that gives you back your nights. And here we are at number 1. This is the ultimate solution we've been building towards. The strategy that doesn't just manage the problem, but for many, completely resolves it from the very first night. This isn't just a tip, it's a transformation. This is the one that not only stops the bathroom trips, but also tackles the dangerous high blood pressure and crushing daytime fatigue that often go hand in hand with this condition. This strategy directly solves the root biological problem, the nightly panic signal. When your airway collapses and you stop breathing, your body thinks you're dying. It triggers a massive fight or flight response. Your heart pounds, your blood pressure skyrockets, and your brain is flooded with stress hormones. This chaos causes 2 huge hormonal shifts. First, it suppresses a hormone called ADH, which is supposed to tell your kidneys to make less urine at night. Second, the stress on your heart causes it to release a hormone called ANP, which actively tells your kidneys to produce more urine to lower blood pressure. It's a perfect storm that floods your bladder night after night. But it's so much more dangerous than just lost sleep. Untreated sleep apnea is a major risk factor for life-threatening conditions. The constant oxygen drops and blood pressure spikes put immense strain on your cardiovascular system, dramatically increasing your risk for heart attack, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. A study from the Johns Hopkins School of Public Health found that individuals with severe sleep apnea were almost 5 times more likely to die from cardiovascular causes. This isn't about convenience, it's about your long-term survival. The number 1 solution is to seek a professional diagnosis and, if appropriate, use a treatment like CPAP therapy. CPAP stands for Continuous Positive Airway Pressure. It's a small, quiet machine that delivers a gentle stream of filtered air through a mask to create a pneumatic splint, physically holding your airway open all night long. This completely prevents the airway from collapsing. It stops the panic signal before it can even start. ADH levels stay normal, ANP isn't released, and your kidneys function calmly through the night. Many people hear CPAP and imagine a loud, bulky, uncomfortable Darth Vader mask. That's a myth from 20 years ago. Today's devices are whisper quiet, fit in the palm of your hand, and the masks are minimalist, lightweight, and incredibly comfortable, ranging from small nasal pillows to soft cradle cushions. The technology has evolved to be a seamless part of your sleep. The proof is nothing short of life-changing. A landmark study in The Lancet showed that consistent CPAP use led to a significant drop in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in patients with sleep apnea. Another study in the Journal of Urology found that these patients experienced a staggering 60% reduction in nighttime urination episodes. Imagine waking up feeling actually awake. Not groggy, not foggy, but clear-headed and full of energy for the first time in years. That's the power of this therapy. The how-to is simple. Talk to your doctor about your symptoms. They can arrange for a sleep study, which can often be done comfortably in your own bed with a home kit. If diagnosed with sleep apnea, CPAP is the gold standard, but other options like custom oral appliances are also available. This is the definitive step to take to reclaim your health. Does the idea of a sleep study seem a little intimidating, or does it sound like a clear path to finally getting real answers? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but what if I don't snore? Or at least I don't think I do, and I still have to wake up all the time? That's a very important question. While snoring and breathing issues are a massive and often overlooked cause, they aren't the only one. For men, an enlarged prostate can be a common cause. For both men and women, an overactive bladder, side effects from certain medications like diuretics, or undiagnosed conditions like diabetes can also be the culprit. The key is that if you try these breathing-related strategies and see no improvement, it's a clear sign that you should have a conversation with your doctor to explore these other possibilities. So, my friends, today we talked about more than just drinks. We talked about how to use small, wise steps to reclaim the deep restorative sleep that you truly deserve. It's about understanding that your body is sending you signals, and now you know how to interpret them, and more importantly, how to act on them. I'm not asking you to change your whole life. Just pick the one strategy from our countdown that resonated with you the most and try it tonight. Just one. Perhaps it's simply avoiding that glass of wine, or maybe it's using a pillow to keep you on your side. Observe how you feel for just 3 days. Which one will you try first? Let me know your choice in the comments. And if this video gave you a sense of hope, just type the word HOPE. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so we can continue this health journey together. Take care, may your nights be quiet and your mornings bright. I'll see you in the next video. Thousands of seniors have found this video helpful, so I highly recommend you watch it. Click to keep going.